Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to my channel. I'm Kim, and you are at Magic After Midnight. I have to apologize for my absence. Finally getting back into my chair. If anybody knows anything about kidney stones and how they can wreak havoc, oh my goodness. Can you understand what I went through? Have been through. Had a mishap with it. And the cascade effect was quite devastating. I actually struggled through sepsis pretty bad. But coming back. A little slow because I'm not young anymore, but I'm on my way. Of course, it had to just happen right in the middle of me trying to get this thing going here. But hey, time passes, and I won't give up just because I got a little illness. Never happened. So if I read while I was buzzing from the pain medicine, I'm so sorry. No, I'm not. I probably had fun. Okay, Scorpio. By the time I get back to this, I like to get the license here pretty quick while we're still in the season. All right, Scorpio. You know, when I think of the energies, the three energies that govern each sign, I always think of the first on the spectrum or on the wheel. First on the wheel for your sign, for your water, for your element, is Cancer. I consider Cancer, or I see them like the waterfall, the chaos, the waterfall that you can't make out the current in. Okay. They have the still water that runs deep, but they don't know how to express that very well. They don't have dominion over it just quite yet. The moon has a lot to do with that. And then there's Scorpio. Oh, I love Scorpio. Scorpio is the flow. Makes its way. Uses its force to change direction. Uses its force to manipulate the moment. Really like Scorpio for that. It's a big time ability. Y'all are real nice people. Real calm, real easy going. But by God, watch for that stinger. Smart and independent. One of the only other signs of the zodiac next to Sagittarius that fiercely independent. You're with people because you want to be, not because you have to be. Because you know that you never have to be. Nobody supports you monetarily in this life. In fact, your pride don't even allow it. Like I said, you are the flow. Making your way. Not anybody else's, yours. If there's a blockage, you just carve through it and make a new route. Real good at on-the-spot thinking. Solution making in a moment. Quickly. All right. Let's see what we got. Back up here. My fingernail don't want to catch him. Come on. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Since I'm reading for a sign, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle a little, just to be safe side, in case there's something that urgently needs to get out. And while this is happening, oh well, all right. Okay. Okay. Alright, okay. This is the first part. Otherwise, This is a coupling. Marriage. Or a serious relationship you must be in. Oh my. You now find yourself not fulfilled in. This is something you did. And you did participate. You did want to be there. You were happy, you were ready. Maybe you just didn't know quite as well as you thought. But do we ever know anybody? Now you feel kind of trapped in it. You're finding you're not happy. This isn't where you want to be. And you have the temperance here. Yeah. You know what you have to do. You know you have to be patient. And wait until the circumstances are in your favor to do what you have to do. I don't know what that means completely, but I can see that it has pretty distinct markings on here. A marriage that started off very happy and wanted, but now feeling that it's not what you envisioned it to be. And you are occasionally observing these things and mixing your cups. And isn't it interesting that the temperance is mixing cups, mixing the waters, the pollutions, for escape probably. Keep thinking on it. I'm inviting everyone. I just started another portion to the channel, up to my, it's not right. Another portion that's called Open Read. On that video, I invite you to participate. It's a participation game as if it were playing the tarot. We're playing the original tarot game. You offer your perspective. And if you do the activity, and it's legit, come on, some people are going to pull the old, oh, I can just write this and joking around or being foolish. And those people aren't going to get a free reading. Okay, I know who's serious and who's not. Intuition. A lot of it. But if you actively participate, and I can see that it is genuine. I'm giving away 30 minutes private readings to those who participate, genuinely participate, bring their energy and I don't know how to get this, contribute to the read. Mostly because I believe in that kind of thing. I can't solve a problem for you. And you are here because you are having trouble and struggling to solve a problem or some kind of feeling you need to uncover to get to the bottom of something that you're having trouble struggling with. Therefore, if I can't do it for you and you can't do it yourself, then together we have to come up with a way to do that. And that particular game that I play in that open read is meant to develop options for those kind of circumstances. And the private reading, you'll be given, if you do the activity, you'll be given a private reading. And that's my word. I'll be putting an open reading out once a month. I lay it out. I don't energize those cards at all. I have nothing to do with that. These cards are only those cards that I use for that read are only for that read. They are only for that. They are not. I don't keep them near me. I don't handle them a lot. They're cleaned constantly. And you might want to check it out. I know Scorpio is pretty good about this. You have a lot of intuition and you have a lot to offer. And I think you're pretty bold and brave. You wouldn't have a problem expressing your opinion, your perspective. Because what I see and what you see may be very different. But if we're both together on it and we accept that each other has something valid to bring to the table, and I'm not conforming to you, you're not conforming to me, we are unapologetically authentic, then we have the possibility to join forces and solve problems and to best serve everything in any way. I mean, the best serve may not be the dream outcome, but it could very easily be a good one or one that has got a lot of thought put into it. Decision making. The private readings are, I will send a link of some kind or a way to contact me for scheduling that. And I can do it remotely. But if you happen to live nearby, if you live nearby, I would love to invite you to participate in your reading with the assistance of the horses I have out here. These horses are therapy horses. These horses, they're amazing. They have a natural gift. It's magic, and it is, you cannot leave here. You cannot walk away from here. No one can walk away from here feeling like they've had a profound experience. Just being near these guys. They are amazing. They're amazing. They came here. One was a throwaway nurse fall. The other had PTSD pretty bad. Now they're wonderful. They are two wonderful animals. They are very, very interested in everyone who comes here. They like to play with you. They communicate very easily with everyone, and you will understand them. They make it very clear when they want you to play with it. All right, let's see what's going on next. So anyway, if you are in this vicinity and you want to have that private read, that I am happy to do that. If you want to do it remotely, we can do it that way too. We find a way. I'm sure I can book a Zoom spot for everyone. Okay, that's interesting. How about we leave those down? I think I want to leave those down. Those are the end. And I have three. We're gonna leave those right there. Actually, that doesn't go that way. That does. That's how that goes. All right. I like that. I never did this before here on this kind of thing. The cars, but I'm gonna let it flow the way it wants to flow. See where we're headed. All right. That's enough. Now no jumpers. After your stint here of patience, you're going to make a decision. And that is the Lovers in the reverse. Oh, yes. Lovers in the reverse. You'll make that decision. You'll have thought on it. It'll be a well thought out decision. And it looks like you're going to, you'll be breaking free. I don't see, in the reverse, that's a, you have to think of yourself now. You're going to choose for you. Okay. Scorpio has never been afraid to walk away. You don't have to have somebody on the side to walk. You don't have to have somebody because you need taken care of. You're with someone because you want to be, and that's all there is to it. And when you don't want to be, you'll leave. And you'll get back up on your own. That is a quality that is so admirable. It's an independence that is part of your nature. You just do it. You just get up and handle it. That's the glory of Scorpio. I'll tell you. Don't get in their way. But if you're loved by them, oh my God. If you're a beloved friend of a Scorpio, you have got it made. They are the loyalest, most generous with their kindness, with their due diligence. It is unreal. If you needed them at 3 a.m, they'd be in the car, in their bathrobe, and at your house. They would be there. They'll bail you out. They'll go to jail with you. They're a true friend. They know how to be anyway. They pick and choose who deserves their friendship. And they're right on. They're right on it. Yep. And that is the Three of Swords in the reverse. So your heart's not broken, but you broke a heart here. You're going to break a heart. This is a broken heart. You're going to leave a broken heart behind. Now, the damage there is done. It's an opportunity to go forward. You don't want to break the heart. I know that. But that person is deeply in love with you. Very deeply. And you know that. That's why it was so hard to... And you needed to be patient for so long with that. You know how they feel. And it's very hard to make this decision. But it is one you'll make. Next up... Yeah, you are the most like Sagittarius in the tarot. All your decans, all three decans of Scorpio, are in each one similar. Decan one in Scorpio and Decan one in Sagittarius. You would think that the first decan of Sagittarius and the last decan of Scorpio would be more alike, but that's not the case. Not in your sign. It's really unusual. It's more like your first decan and the first decan of Sagittarius are very similar energies. They're very much alike. Probably because it's coming out of a... it's coming... Let's see. What's before you? Okay, leave that. Ow. No. Yep. It's because the Libra is before you. The air. That's why. That air sign influences the first decan of Scorpio in a way that mimics the first decan of Sagittarius, which is influenced by the last decan of Scorpio, you see. Then the second decan of them are both, that's the fierce independence, that's the boldly go where no man has gone before, Scorpio energy. And Sagittarius is the traveler as well. And that particular second decan, they look a little different, but they're the same thing. You would mentally travel, Sagittarius would physically travel. It's the same thing. You are very much alike in every way, especially in your fight, in your honor, in your loyalty. Sagittarius would run before you. They would not. They'll run from commitment long before you do that. You'll settle down. You make great parents. You are right there. Your children are well-mannered, well-rounded, well-adjusted, and yeah. And that has everything to do with you and your spouse or who you choose to have children with. That's usually illegal. Get it or believe that. I never could figure that out because Leo likes to be the center of attention, and they are so self-centered. We're Scorpion. You're almost opposite of them. Maybe that's why that does. They bring the excitement. You bring the love, the honest love. They do know they love that. Give Leo a charge, huh? I've seen a lot of Leo Scorpio couplings, and they do so well. All right. It's probably the energy in the sack doing that. Okay. Yeah. And you're moving forward kind of slowly. The Knight of Pentacles is real slow. Because you got to get yourself back together. And, you got to survive, pay your bills, and so forth. And that's the Knight of Pentacles build. You'll build it back up slow. It's going to build up slow. They owe you nothing. The marriage didn't last very long, I can tell. And it wasn't or the relationship or whatever, this did not last very long. You discovered rather early on how boring it was for you. That's the only aspect that, you're satisfied with everything else in this coupling. However, man, you need to be mentally stimulated, and this person just didn't do that for you. They just didn't do it for you. I'm going to guess they were probably a Virgo or a Pisces, something like that. A very meticulous sign that has to stay on line that it's very picky about OCD type things, and Scorpio just can't get on board with that. There's no passion there. They're spontaneous, and they want the excitement, the thrill. It charges them. I mean, it does. But as a matter of fact, you want to hit the power button on a Scorpio? Put them in a stressful situation. They will leap and excel. The power button, the turbo charger comes on, and bam, they're on it. It seems like stress is a drug for them, or it's their speed. Okay, let's see. You're going forward slow. I can see that on your own. And you're not really looking for anybody either. I see that you're fending them off. People are wanting to ask you out. That is absolute. But there's no way you don't want to be with anyone. You want to be alone for a while. And it isn't because, this was a bad experience you got to get over. No. No, you just, you know what? You just feel like it's a good idea to just handle yourself for a minute. Because you're questioning, right? You know what? You're questioning whether your picker's off. Because of the situation here. No, your picker's not off. We can't know someone fully. Ever. We sometimes don't get clues about things that we just won't be able to live with until it's too late. And that's the kind of thing that happens. People are very good at putting on a facade. They're very good at conforming to make you like them. And then 6 months later, you find out they didn't like any of those things that they claim to like. So, no. But it is still always, I would still always recommend anybody when something ends, you need time to breathe, because you're still carrying all of the things. You're still carrying around a lot of things from that relationship. You're still carrying around a bit of your heart. You're carrying around a bit of the personality that you were in the relationship, because you're different people all the time in those relationships. You find yourself each time after one ends. I mean, you just do. You didn't leave to cheat. You didn't leave to party. You didn't leave. You left because it just wasn't fulfilling. And that is the best reason to walk away from something, as opposed to, I picked wrong and I just really don't. I want this over here. Nah, that's selfishness. You never leave something in selfishness. You leave something because it's not where you want to be. You give yourself some time, because you really shouldn't have been looking at anything else while you're involved in this. If you're involved in this, that's the only way you're going to see the things that make you want to go, maybe this will work, or maybe it won't. You can't see that if you're so involved everywhere else. And why would you get into something and not be involved to discover whether you're wasting your time or not? I mean, come on. Scorpio, you of all people can follow that train of thought. Now, I have a hard time with folks who can't follow the train of thought. But you understand what I'm talking about, because you always do that. You don't leap from person to person. It's not your nature. Unless, of course, you have a different sign governing your ascending that is just making a muck of you. That's squashing into your sun and kind of governing to it. Or you have too much water. Too much of other waters like Cancer. That's not quite developed. So your waterfalls go crazy. Or you have some clingier earth signs, some more sensitive earth signs. Those signs tend to have an effect on a water sign for sure. Okay, I'll see. Next. Oops. Oh, who's this? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. Oh, you're the magician. Oh, yeah, magician. Yep, while you're by yourself, you'll be manifesting the things that you need. going forward. You'll also be this magician, and in this circumstance, it's almost like, you read a sentence, and the sentence has different meaning. Throughout the sentence, some words have different meaning, or you can't figure out what that word is, so you read some more of the sentence and go, oh, that's what it was. Well, this magician here, this magician is is your man, how do I describe this? This magician is your inner voice working very hard to prepare you for an onward journey. I mean, maybe you have a goal that you've set that you really want to do, or something you're thinking you might want to try. This magician is your inner strength, and it does analyze the above and below before it makes that spell happen, or it makes that magic. Yeah, and that is part of you. That's part of you, absolutely. And it's part of you after every single relationship. That magician comes creeping out after every relationship. Usually, if you're a decent looking person, and I'm betting you are, because you're fending people off. Most Scorpios are pretty nice looking, and they're pretty. They have a good deal of charisma, so they usually have to fend off a few people so that they can be alone. That's admirable. You're not rude. You just you defend your boundaries. You're not rude about it, but you do defend your boundaries, and you go into magician room. Where you start making wisdom of mistakes or things that you view as possible regrets. You will then turn those things into wisdom immediately before they fester. You're pretty good at that. Some people wait until the end of their life to transform regret into wisdom. But not Scorpio. They don't like to fester. Scorpio immediately deploys the magician to manifest resolution. That way you don't have to carry around regret, and just turn to wisdom that you can pass along in your next journey. You won't hurt anyone with it, but you'll help others for it. Got me? Okay. The 5 of Cups. You have moments. Yep. 5. Yes, an emotional card, and you have moments when you think back and go, I wonder if I made a mistake. Well, you didn't. Things happen exactly the way they're supposed to, and you're aware of that. They happen the way they're supposed to. And you look at the cups and you go, well, these are wasted, and you got 2 behind you. I guess I'm going to hold on to these and move forward. Yep. And then we've got the 7 of Cups. Usually after a moment of despair, you've got chalices filled with different things at your disposal to choose from. And you just don't know which one to choose. You know what? You have the power to choose anyone you want, and you'll make good of it. Make use of it. You'll use it to make the wisdom that you so desperately seek out of every relationship when it ends. Okay. Then you have then you've got the Tower in reverse. Still a leap forward. No matter what, it's still a leap forward. It's not your tower. It's in reverse. It's not your tower. But somebody else is going to suffer a tower. And guess who is going to be in their line? In their line of, what do you call that? In their reception line. When they get through the tower, guess where their star will be? you're going to run across that person. This is this is the this is the line between being ready for the next relationship and then this person coming. Now, mind you, I'm going to remind you that you are a rescuer. Most of you are rescuers. You're very good at it. You have a lot to offer, but you're easily used, okay? Just keep that in mind because this person is going to suffer a tower that's coming to your life next. And when someone suffers a tower, they're desperate if they don't understand how it leads them forward. And sometimes it leads them right into your bank account or right into your wallet or right into your home or your heart. And it can turn very ugly. Or it can turn beautiful. You can be the person that they find in the leap. Do you get me? Because there's always a leap after a tower somewhere forward. In fact, there are no doubts in my mind. Every time we have a big crisis in the world, I mean a war or something like that, that is a preparation for another leap into the future, another leap forward, stagnant to active, and you're gonna run across somebody active quick after that tower. Okay. This is a King of Cups. It's in the reverse because he's just suffered a tower. So he's a little frightened. And he's gonna hold on to his cup here. He wants to be in love, but he doesn't want to be seen in the way that he knows people who have suffered a tower and are desperate are seen right after that kind of thing happens. So let's say just got out of a relationship and everybody knows you need that transitional person. And by golly, doesn't want you to be that. But you're going to think, oh man, I don't want to be your transition. No. How about I just wait a while? But the truth is, he's worried about it too. And he's worried about what you'll think of him. Or her. That really doesn't matter. It could be either one. Maybe you're saving a woman. Maybe you're a woman and woman. Maybe you're a woman man. It doesn't matter. Gender has absolutely nothing to do with it. But because it says king, and there's a guy on the picture, I generally refer to it as that way. I don't think of it that way, but I refer to it that way. All right, next. That one. Let me get something here. And never a tower without a star. And the star's in the uprights of the star. The King of Cups. This tower doesn't belong to you. This tower belongs to this King of Cups. And the star is you. And the King of Cups, after the tower, is now discovering the star. I don't want to go further with this. Perfect. That's you. That star is representative of you in this reading. I mean, absolutely. No question about it. Huh. So don't be scared of it. Don't have too many doubts because they don't have that kind of bone. They're not. There's a little more pride than, sometimes it's good to have a little pride. It's good to be prideful, especially when you're battling a situation that person's battling. And you'll know. Obviously, you came running for this. You came leaping forward for this right there. You're looking that king in the face when you're tipping in the water. So you're getting the water for this king. You understand? You are this king's star after this tower falls. So, and a king of cups is a good king. Ooh. They're a little emotional, a little clingy, a little needy. Well, justifiably so. But I think you might need something like that right now. You might need something like that coming in. That'd be nice. I mean, you've been by yourself a little while. Things have been still going, and you've got your affairs in order. Kind of nice to be cuddled with sometimes. Even though you're not really the cuddly kind of person, you are still a water sign. You are still a water sign. And even though you don't want people to know it, you you secretly love people making you feel wanted. You love that and you know it. Okay, let's reveal these three cards and see what they think. Just for fun. These three cards are they just threw out here and I just want to see what they were and whether that's something I might do again in the future. Let's send this one first. It's just a side story, maybe. We'll see. Ha ha! Leo! Ha ha! That's Leo card. Oh my god! That's funny. I'm sorry. That's funny. That's funny. Can't help it. What did we talk about earlier? Love it. And that right there is the High Priestess. Oh man, you gotta be kidding me. That's the ultimate for you. That's where you're going. And then we have the Ace of Cups. And it's in the reverse, but it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. You reject everybody for that. That's a coupling. That's going to be a good one. You got something to come. But you're in charge now. This Leo here, he's going to let you be in charge. And you're probably going to make him think he makes some decisions, but that's the gift of being a woman. It's an art. And there are very few women nowadays who recognize the art to being a woman and still apply it. You have to make them think is their idea. If you can make them think everything you want done is their idea, that's an art form, okay? So you may use this this Page of Cups here, part of you, to exact your art. Okay, we'll call it that. All right, Scorpio. That's a good read. I'd love to hear what it turns out, or transpires from it. I'd love to see you come over to the open read and give me your perspective, because I know that Scorpio thinks outside the box. I know exactly what to expect from some of the other signs. I know what to expect from it. I can almost verbatim, word for word, what they're going to write. Few ridiculous. Few of them will be way out there. But I like way out there. But I still like to stay in the reality realm. But way out there ain't so bad, okay? So, yeah, I hope you come over there. I'd love it for you Scorpios over there adding their wisdom in it. And get a few private reads out of it. So, you're bold. You're bold, courageous, and intuitive enough. I think you could offer something to that. So I'd love to see you over there. I hope you make it. And maybe come to the next read. Who knows? I hope you like and subscribe. I will get better, I swear. I'm pretty good at the cards. It's just not the YouTube thing. I'm not very good at being on camera. I'm not very, I don't know. I'm better in person. And I'll get better on here as the time goes by. I understand that people have trouble hearing. I'm trying to be a little louder. I don't have one of those microphones, so I'm kind of just stuck using the old-timey shit. Hope you're still allowed to say that. I'm still on the old-timey shit, okay? I also work with when I do private readings, if I give you a private reading and you're looking for an answer in love, I will read into the reading the tarot of sexual energy. it's sexual magic. I love it. It's part of the read when it comes to love in a private read, not these public reads. I can't risk, I can't risk punishment on here. I want to build this because at some point I don't want to have to go wipe ass for a living. I'm just that I shouldn't play so much, but you know what I mean. I'd like to work from home and just retire. I'm getting up there. I mean, good heavens, I'm 57 years old. I'm getting old. It's time to start thinking about, especially when you when you pass a kidney stone, it about kills you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm. That's when you start going, okay, maybe I need to think about my immediate future here and get busy with the channel. Love to have to do this for a living. I'm going to add a second channel, horsemanship and horse training, because I have developed my own training style. I use, it's called elemental horsemanship. Nobody else does this either. I use, when I'm teaching a student, I train horse trainers. I teach horse trainers of mine. Wow, I used to train, I used to break racehorses, so for track training for a long time. But now, but I take on one or two students a year in the spring for the season. I don't take on the break students anymore because their mothers are a nightmare, and I'm not doing that anymore. I can't keep my mouth shut. It's just not. No, I'm not gonna have them punishing the horses, especially if they're using any of mine, because their 4-H class or their advisor or their mother or their friends all think it's okay to confuse an animal by slapping it on the ass with the wop after you've asked it to run and it's running. Okay? If the animal's running, so you're saying go, you tap it to go, and then you keep hitting it, boy, could they push it? That's not pushing it. That's confusing it. I mean, anybody can see this, and I don't know why. I teach it, and they turn right around and go to the fairgrounds and play. I don't see the point. Now I work with people. I decided to change my whole view on that, so I teach people how to train the horse properly. And they will then teach people how to train the horse properly. That cycle will continue. Because I tell you, you'll get nowhere with hoity-toity kids. And mothers who compete with mothers. They're like dance moms. And I can't do that anymore. I used to. I would go toe-to-toe telling these people, you have to build technique. Speed will come. Technique is first. If you drift, use time. You can have a slow horse and a fast time if you ride it right. And the horse is your partner and knows where and when. Every half second is a different move. So yeah. I don't want to have to do that anymore, so I don't take on a couple students a year. I also teach these students how to work the horse with people who have PTSD, who are inner city kids that have been in trouble, Uniontown kids that need to do community service. I have them come out here. They don't have to work out here in the barns, even though I think that's what they're meant to do. What I really want them to do is to learn about the animals and how to. This is gonna sound really odd. I go about it different. I give them a skill that is to them really cool. And they want to keep coming back. And when you keep coming back, you start building dedication. Now you start building life skills. And that, from there, start building responsibility and consciousness. These things are priceless. They keep these kids out of trouble. And I don't do this for money. Doing the horse training that's not money. I'm spreading a way of life there. So, anyway, All right, I digress, and here I am running off on a tangent. Mostly because I really like Scorpio, and I'd love to see you come to the come to the open read and offer just one of your views, a perspective. All right, thank you. And by the way, again, I apologize for my absence. I was so sick. If I was fighting uric acid sepsis, the one of my kidney stones tore the ureter on its way through, and the acid was leaking into my body cavity and started developing into sepsis, and they couldn't figure it out. Thought it was like a bone thing, and here it was a body cavity thing. So yeah, I was so sick, but I'm back. I guess I wasn't supposed to leave. So hey, have a good night, and I hope you return. Please like and subscribe and all that everybody says, and I'll see you again sometime.